Okay, I'm going to record a short video today to talk about tithing, which is 10% of your the income that you bring in a family that's supposed to go to the Levitical, to the tribe of Levi, or the Levitical priest, Levitical priesthood. My bloodline is through the is a direct descendant of Moses, and which is the tribe of Levi, and we've separated. Well, my male bloodline, which is the Levites, and the male bloodline of the Kohanim, which is the sons of Aaron, which the high priest is drawn from for temple or tabernacle services. We at this point believe that the tabernacle of Moses should be built to the exact specifications that it is in the Old Testament that God gave Moses, and we think it's forbidden for anybody to add to this or take away from it. Now, the original tabernacle of Moses for the house of Hashem was a temporary structure that could be taken up and carried by the Levitical priest from place to place. Now, I know some of the rabbis believe that it can only be rebuilt in a certain place, but we believe that this temple, since it was temporary, or not temporary, but it was a permanent structure, but it was built to the specifications of David, and nothing was supposed to be added or taken away from it. Now, what we're trying to do is reconstitute this tabernacle of Moses. Well, we're not sure exactly, but we think it can be rebuilt in a number of places. It should be rebuilt in Jerusalem, I would say, or it could be rebuilt in Shiloh and moved to Jerusalem later on, or even anywhere probably in the world. And this shouldn't be a problem with the other religions, since it won't be encroaching on any space they consider holy. What we're going to try to do is start taking up donations, and exactly like Moses did in the Old Testament, he called on all the Israelites to take up donations to build the tabernacle of Moses. And now we want to do the same thing through his bloodline, which is mine, to take up donations to rebuild the tabernacle of Moses to the exact specifications it was in the Old Testament. Now, in the Old Testament, it says, let your I think it's called Urim and Thummim, be with your Holy One in the tribe of Levi. So we believe that this will give us a real advantage to any other authority to rebuild this temple or tabernacle. Some of the things that we don't quite understand, we can call on Hashem, and he'll verify the exact way this temple is supposed to be. Some of the things that are not even completely understood in the Old Testament. I have on a PayPal account. It's Keaton, Keyton, LLC at Lycos, LYCOS.com. That you're welcome to give any contributions that you want, and we'll be putting up a whole list of all the materials we need to rebuild this temple. And I'd also like to hear from any Jewish sources that may think that we may be going about this in a wrong way, to let us know, because I mean, none of us are perfect, and we want to know when we're wrong or when we've overstepped our bounds, if we have. But since we already have these two tribes separated out, not all of them, but enough to start, so we can begin to rebuild the priestly garments, or remake the priestly garments and the vessels in the temple, and the temple itself. Like, what we're going to need, like ram skins and all kinds of different things: copper, brass, gold donations, silver, all that's needed. Now, we'll keep these funds in a separate escrowed account so that it cannot be touched except for the work of this temple. And I'm retired, so I don't need it. And we'll take these monies and use it just for temple services. Now, the exact tithing system to the Levites, which is my family tribe, It's 10% or a tenth of your first fruits, of what you make, or if you're a farmer, what you produce in crops. And of that 10%, 1% my family gives to the Kohanim, which we separated, so we know the high priest now, the tribe that he comes from, and we believe we actually know the man that should be anointed high priest. So if you'd like to make a donation in any of these, you can do so through PayPal at KEYTON LLC at Lycos, LYCOS.com. Later I'll be putting up a list of all the things that are needed. If you can't tithe or anything like that, you can just donate metals or skins or stuff we need for the tabernacle, and all this can be built as a structure that can be moved. So we feel that we can build it and dedicate it and anoint the high priest and get this system back started again. And this is a form that will bring, it's noted in the Old Testament that this is a house of God for all nations. So we may be able to attempt to right things on this planet and bring the nations back into peace. If you want to be part of this, well, it'll be a historic event. And we want all the Jewish people, all the Israelites, we invite anybody that's studied the Scriptures to tell us anything if we attempt to go wrong in any way. Because we know that in building this temple, it's a sacred thing, and God doesn't take it lightly. There's people in the Old Testament that lost their life because they went about this and carried the Ark of Covenant in the measure not prescribed by Hashem. So we want to do this completely right. We believe that we can start on this. If you'd like to help, just donate through there and write me at that email address. I'll do everything that I can to get back in touch with you. We'll make it public so that all the funds are accounted for, every single penny that comes in, so you can be assured that what you send will be used. And if we're not able to accomplish this, we'll send it back to you. I appreciate it. If you'd like to help, let us know.